Hey guys, new video. Now this is going to be somewhat of a review and somewhat of like a let's look at type of video. I don't know what to call this yet. Um, I'm playing this game on a PS2 emulator on my PC. And this game is a game I've wanted to talk about or wanted to play really for a long time. I just finished it not too long ago. Grasshopper Manufacture, as you see there. This is one of their first games actually, and it's a game I don't think a lot of people know about. And that's Michigan Report from Hell, as you see here. It's considered a survival horror game. I'd more consider it a point-and-click adventure game. This is one of the, okay, I'll show you a bit of the game. I'll probably play 20 or 30 minutes or so, the first 20 or 30 minutes, explain what the game's about. But you have to see this for yourself, the whole game play out. Now this game actually didn't get a US release, no North American release on this game. It only came out in Japan and Europe, and the European release was extremely limited. Basically, if you go on eBay and try to find it, you're not going to find it. It's very, very rare, very expensive too. I think it goes for over $100, which is not worth it. I'll tell you that. Unless you're a hardcore collector, don't go spending tons of money. If you have a pretty good PC, just play it on emulator like I have here. We'll get into a new game though. Now this game, the concept of this game is incredibly unique, and I haven't seen anything like it. Basically, as you'll see soon, you play a cameraman for a TV crew, like a news crew. Like here,
Yo.
we're in the game here.
So you're the new cameraman, huh? I hear you're a rookie. The name's Briscoe. I'm the sound guy. Nice to meet you. That's Pamela.
But as you
You've
see,
seen
like,
her
the
before,
interface
haven't you?
is as if you're the cameraman, and
She's
you are the
not
cameraman.
TV star reporter after all.
The interesting thing with this game is the fact that
Hey, you're pretty
even though you're
lucky to
controlling
be
the
teamed up
cameraman,
with
your two
Pamela
hands
right
are
off the
carrying the
bat.
camera, so you have to
But
kind of
don't go
tell
getting
the
any funny
reporter character
ideas
what to
about
do,
her,
like to
you
open
hear me?
doors, look at items and things like that.
Of course, Pamela
It's
probably
a
wouldn't
very
give you the
odd
time of day
concept.
anyway. Man, what could the agency be
Okay,
thinking?
first off, as I'm sure you
I mean,
probably might
sending a
notice, the
newbie
voice
like
acting
this
in
guy
this
out to
game
get
is
scoops?
terrible.
Huh?
Probably
Oops.
some of the worst
hear
voice
that?
acting I've ever heard,
Oh,
but
Don't let
in
it
a
bother
good
you.
way. This game,
Now then,
the dialogue, the way it's
I'll be
written,
teaching
and
you
the voice
everything you
acting, the
need to
delivery
know
of the
about
lines
TV
is
news
hysterical.
coverage.
And you'll see moments in this
Listen
game,
up
I'm
and
sure
do
you'll laugh
exactly
while
as I
watching
say.
this. And I'll keep quiet at the funnier moments. This is kind of like the tutorial section of the game.
Of course, a cameraman's #1 job is to be able to shoot
But yeah, you
things
can like zoom in.
Doesn't
You
get
can
any
skip
more
all the
basic
dialogue
than
and
that.
cutscenes in the game too.
You know what to do, right?
Actually, one thing I wanted
Okay.
to
First
see,
off,
does that change that?
try
I'm
shooting
still
that
confused
box
about a
there.
lot of the elements in this game, but focusing on the box, so you kind of have to focus on objects with the X button, and you can get the other characters to look at them. Now Briscoe, this character here, probably one of the best video game characters I've seen in a long time.
Fine.
This guy makes me laugh
You should be able
constantly.
to do at least
His
that
voice
much
actor,
if you
his,
call yourself a
lines, how he
cameraman.
delivers them, like he's a riot
2,
from start to
You
finish.
gotta
Like,
have an eye for scoops.
oh man,
Can't just let him pass you by. Just pointing the camera at things will never
see how you got
get
kind
you
of
a
battery
scoop,
life on
you
the
know?
left-hand corner. And towards the end of the
If you
game,
want
your
a
battery life
scoop,
will be running
you
out.
gotta
It kind of
get
lets
out
you know
there
how
and
long the
make
game
one.
is. If you've got
And
like
you can't
no
just
battery
stand there like
power
a
left,
stick.
you're close to the end of
You
the
gotta
game.
move around.
There's a time
Up
limit at the top
high,
right. I'm not
down
sure what
low.
that is. I think you might
You
fail
gotta
the
shoot
mission you're
the
on if you
subject
lose
from
that time.
every angle.
This game's got a very interesting flow, and they don't explain things too well. I had to kind of learn my way through it and try to figure out what things did. Oh, you'll see here they want me to talk to the reporter, which I'll explain actually how they work a bit later, because you'll get a little hands-on view of how they work. But you kind of lock on and move around like this. Basically, every time you complete a mission, you get points towards suspense, erotica, and immoral. And these points kind of determine the ending you'll get. So there's actually quite a bit of replay value to this game in that regard. And I'll explain what those mean later. I got the suspense ending, I believe, on my first playthrough. I think there's a good amount of endings, actually. Oh, but what am I supposed to be doing here? Maybe looking at that. Yeah, see, markers will show where the reporter goes to next. Oh, these, I didn't even look at these the first time. See, a lot of, this game's actually going to play out differently each time you play it, pretty much, which is actually really cool. Now, I'm like, this game's got an interesting concept, and a lot of its features are pretty interesting. Unfortunately, the execution is where this game falters, as you'll see.
Did you find anything?
As you'll see a bit later.
Okay, next topic.
But see how my meter at the
Ramming
top,
is a
it's kind of
technique
leaning
you
towards
can use
suspense,
in a pinch.
which this is one of the things I've never understood with this game.
Can only use his
I
body,
don't know
you
how
see?
you'd get the erotica ending.
You can't take
Apparently,
his
you have
hands
to
off the
kind of,
camera.
like, this is, okay,
Okay,
this game,
try
probably
ramming
one of the
into
reasons
me
why
right
it
now.
never made it out of Japan is
Not too
for that
hard, though,
aspect
you
of
hear?
the game. Apparently,
You ready?
to get that ending, you kind of have
Okay,
to
go ahead
stare
and try it.
at the reporters'
But take it
asses
easy.
and stuff. It's really kind
We're
of,
just practicing
I don't know,
here, remember?
it's pretty bad.
Okay, go. Easy now.
Okay, here, this part made me laugh so hard the first time. This is ramming mechanic, where you can ram other players to get them out of danger later. Okay, just, if you hold the left L2 button, see how I'm shaking here. Like, it never gets old.
Hey,
I
you
love
idiot!
that. And you,
I told you to take it easy. Son of a... Now only use ramming in emergencies, okay?
damn it. Didn't work there, but you
You'll
can,
know
even
when.
the reporters, you can
Just
do
use
that
your
too while you're
common
playing through the
sense.
levels. It's just so
Man,
odd and
that hurt.
hilarious. Brisk, and the reactions to it are hilarious too. I'm sure, as you can tell, like, this game is just very strange already.
So you're the new guy, huh? I'm Pamela. Pamela Martell. Nice to meet you. Okay, Briscoe.
Trying to get the erotica points,
I'm
but
borrowing
I don't
the
know.
new
I
guy
just,
until we start
my
shooting.
first playthrough, I could never get them. But
Okay,
I feel so
fine.
dirty doing that though
But
too.
there isn't a whole lot of time, you know. Don't be late for the take.
The
It can be
immoral
tough
things
out
are
here on
interesting. We'll
location.
get to a part
We've got to
for
work
the
as a
immoral
team,
stuff
okay?
soon.
Don't mind Briscoe. He's always like that. He's a really dependable guy, though. He'll be a big help to us
But
both.
yeah, visually this game's
Oh,
not
one
that
more thing.
interesting.
As a
I've seen
cameraman,
worse, even on the
getting scoops is
PS2, but
important.
it's
But it's
not
not
the
the
greatest
only
looking
thing,
game.
in
Fog
my
kind of
opinion.
covers everything, but
For
that's a part of the
example,
storyline. The storyline is a
if
bunch of
somebody
fog
right in
kind of
front of
moves
you
into
needs
Lake
help,
Michigan, and you're
or
part of
if
this
there's
news
some
crew.
kind of
That's to
emergency,
kind of figure out what happened, and it kind
I
of
think
turns
you should
people into
stop
monsters,
shooting
as
and
you'll see
help
soon.
them.
Okay, here's the immoral part. I'm not gonna help her.
Of course, that's just my own personal opinion. But I've seen lots of cameramen that don't stop and help.
So sometimes through the game you'll see
But
characters
I
like this
suppose
where you
being
gotta help
able
them
to
in these
film
little
a brutal
cutscenes.
scene calmly is part of your
Monsters will
job,
try to
too.
attack them, or in this case, she'll trip over
If
that
I think
wood
of it
there.
in those terms,
And
I
if you
guess it
don't,
could
if
be
every
a
time you
good
run into
thing.
one of these and you don't help them, you'll get immoral points. And you'll probably get like the really bad ending. I didn't get that the first time.
Hey, why
So you
didn't
can let
warn
random
me?
characters die in this game, and they'll be gone
Hey,
for the rest of the game. You don't get
just
game
stand
over.
there filming
In
me.
fact, it's pretty
Give
much
me a
impossible to
hand,
die
would
in
you?
this game, which is why I don't consider it a survival horror game, because first off, it's not scary. This game is hilarious. It is never scary, and there's hardly any monsters in it
I
anyways.
see. Still
It's
filming,
definitely like a
are you?
point-and-click adventure game, but even in
Well,
that regard, like,
sure.
there's barely any puzzles. It's very kind of, it's only slightly exploration-based. It's just a really odd game that I wish would have been, like, I wish this concept was used in another game. I know Suda51 talked about remaking this game, but I don't know if he'll ever do it. And he wasn't actually involved too much in this game, like with Killer is Dead recently.
Okay, wake up. Time for a scoop. Get up! Are you ready? Got your tapes? Battery okay? All right, Pamela is standing by outside. Make her look good now. And leave the sound to me.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Let's get it right, okay?
3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone. This is Pamela Martell. We report tonight on a strange phenomena. An unusually thick fog, the cause of which is still unknown.
Well, this is a
has cropped
cutscene
up
here.
in the
Some of them you
southwestern
can
area of Lake Michigan,
get to that.
centering
Those
on
help
Chicago.
kind of things don't
The
happen too
entire
often
city
in
is
this
covered.
game, but this is a bit of
Someone
story here.
screamed. Let's go.
I'm sure you can tell the voice acting in this game is just atrocious. Like the localization was really poor, and it's no wonder why this game is so rare in Europe and
alright?
hardly anybody
What
knew it
happened to
even
you?
came out.
They all got killed. What are you talking about? What happened? It came through the... Oh my god!
It's actually a fairly gruesome game, though. I don't know, it's kind of gross.
What are you doing? Run! Get away from there! Come on, quick! Let's get back to the news van!
Like, this is the kind of game you definitely want to get a group of friends together, pass the controller, like, you'll have a good time, I think. Like, this game is really funny.
Just calm down.
What's going on? What was that thing?
Calm down, Pamela.
Calm down? How do you expect me to calm down?
It's gonna be all right.
Hey, what's the matter with you? Are you just going to stand there filming? Turn that camera off. I tell you,
Come on,
turn
Pamela.
it off
Quit
right
it.
now.
Don't get mad at him.
Useless idiot. I've had it working with losers
Hey,
like you two.
Behind you!
I'm joining up with some other team.
Pamela!
What? Just keep quiet
Behind you! There's a
and stop thinking you can order me around. Huh?
Oh no. See, there's the stage points. Like, you're able to get erotic, but I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know how to get those erotic points. Like, I don't know. It's a very strange element to the game. I don't know why that's even in the game. It's just so random. And this game is definitely bizarre and strange. Not to the level of, like, even Killer is Dead recently, or like Deadly Premonition. This game's more strange in like a dialogue way. Like, the dialogue and voice acting is just there's so many weird, laughable moments in this game. As you'll see soon, like it gets just downright silly. See, already your reporter's gone, right? And your reporters that you get through this game, I think the first reporter here, Ann Anderson, you're able to actually get her through the entire game if you let her survive. Unfortunately, you'll get to the parts where you have to, do something to make the reporter survive. But the game's really unclear on what you're supposed to be doing to save them. That my first playthrough, I lost like half of the reporters. And it was actually pretty amusing when they die. What's his face's, the sound guy's reaction to their deaths is just hilarious. The lip syncing too, like you can see, like the lip syncing is just terrible. Lip syncing goes off before they even start talking.
What a bloody mess, huh? All right, let's give up here. There isn't anybody left in the whole hotel. Looks like it was just a false lead. Briscoe went downstairs a long time ago. And anyway, the other teams are getting the jump on us. We don't have time to waste hanging around here. We've got to get out there and find something. Huh? The telephone. Could it be Briscoe?
And this is basically what you're seeing now is the entire game. There's barely any gameplay in this game. It's more like an interactive movie.
Hello?
It's one of those games that I gotta say, like, it's a terrible game, but it's so bad it's good. It's one of those
I can
kinds of
hear you. Calm down.
experiences, which
Slow down.
I always love those kind of games. And this game's not frustrating. Like it's not bogged down with terrible gameplay like a lot of bad games.
No, I'm not your mother. I can't hear you very well.
Voice acting. It's.
Wait!
Oh my god.
Don't hang up. Where are you?
Oh, see there at the top there. If you actually
The
like
observation deck of the
keep
center
hitting
building?
the
Is there
reporters,
anybody
you get
else there with
towards
you?
the immoral ending there. So basically, the erotic ending's the only one I really don't know how you get. Not that big of a deal though, but it's just this weird element to the game
Okay,
that
I've got it.
really don't know
Just
why it's
stay
in there.
right where you are, okay? We're coming to rescue
But
you.
really, like a
You hear
survival
me?
horror game with this kind of
Don't
concept,
give up. We're
but
coming,
with
I
actual
promise.
gameplay to it,
Do
actual
you
like an actual
understand?
great atmosphere,
She
like
hung
enemies that you have to dispose of. I think a really cool game could be made of that.
There's
With
a
this game's
survivor
kind
in
of
the
concept.
center building. Let's go. Maybe we can get some leads on what's
There's
going
still really
on.
nothing like this
But
I've
more
played. Like it's a very
importantly,
interesting
somebody's
game.
in trouble. Risco should be downstairs. Let's hurry.
Let's hurry. But see, they just kind of walk from spot to spot, and you kind of have to look around where they're near. You see, you gotta let the reporter take care of doors, right? So you can't open them yourself. And this is basically the game. You're just kind of tagging these locations and getting the reporter to do everything for you.
What a guy, that Risco. As soon as he knows he won't be needed, he takes off.
Yeah, a bunch of locked doors. There's barely any music in this game too, which is another weakness. Like there's a kind of a neat piano track at the end, but other than that, no music. It's not creepy really. I don't know. It's definitely not a great game. I felt like I had to show off this game and its absurdity in places. Of course, I'm not going to show everything. Later in the game, it gets even crazier
good.
with the voice acting.
The elevators are still working. Come on, we're going down. Get in.
But yeah, I think the publisher said in an interview that one of the reasons they didn't bring this over to the States is that there wasn't enough gameplay. Like it wasn't gameplay oriented, so they thought people wouldn't like it. Which, I mean, I don't know. It is definitely an interesting idea for a game. You'd think they would have done a bit more with it. The weird thing too is, like, even though this is a Grasshopper game, it doesn't quite feel like one to me. I don't know, it's appropriately weird, I think, but usually their games have a bit more to them in terms of gameplay. Although I think there's like, what, Flower, Sun, and Rain. It's kind of, that is another problem, the frame rate. It might be my emulator, but I don't know, I ran into numerous frame rate problems. I'm gonna shut up here. You gotta hear this voice acting here.
Risco, what are you doing? You're supposed to be working.
Oh, Anne. Damn. I can't play this song. No. It's no use. I just let Pamela die. I still can't believe it. Did it really happen? What kind of a way to die was that? What am I gonna tell her parents?
Briscoe?
Okay. I know. I'll tell him. Pamela was a fine reporter and a brave one.
Like, I know he's supposed to be drunk, but I mean, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Pamela was pretty brave, wasn't she?
I loved her. I was crazy about Pamela. Why did she have to? Damn it! I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye.
Risco, I understand how you feel. Remember, Pamela and I started together. We were always friendly rivals. Look, I wish it didn't happen either. But, you know, danger is what this job's all about. After all, Pamela knew the danger she faced. And I won't let Pamela die in vain. That's why we've got to keep going, for her. Let's go out there and capture the truth. Briscoe, come on. We can't do it without you.
Gee. Yeah. Yeah. I guess you're right.
Like, there's no way the voice. Like, I'm pretty sure the Japanese release, the voices suited the characters. Like the voice acting wasn't this like bad.
Yeah. I gotta sober up.
Like, the tone in this game is all over the place. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like it just goes from like a horror game to like a comedy.
All right, sure.
Like, so many times. Let's see here. We gotta get water. Like, a lot of the game, you're doing kind of pointless stuff like this. I don't know. It's just bizarre.
Just my imagination. Ouch! You're such a jerk.
Oh my god, it just it never gets old. Frame rate.
There isn't anybody here.
There's a lot. Okay, here's a section here. Okay, I gotta show this off. Okay, so there's this spider here, a huge spider. Okay. This is one of the moments where you gotta save the reporter, and if you don't, she'll die, and you move along to the next reporter, and the next reporter you'll do some missions with. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but or if you can run out of reporters. Oh, you know what? Actually, now that I looked at the spider, I don't think it can get her anymore.
Oh, it's water.
'Cause last time I went through this section, the spider, I didn't look at it because I didn't know it was there. And she walked near it, and then it brought up an event where you had to kind of push her out of the way. And if you didn't, I assume it would kill her somehow. Well, then again, it is a spider, but I pushed her out of the way, and then that was it. I moved on. Events like that kind of happen throughout the game, and depending on what reporter you have at the end of the game, you'll get a costume for them.
We found some, Briscoe. Here, drink up.
You know, there's actually quite a bit of extras and endings and replay value for this game, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it was just going to be a straight, you know, just one ending kind of game.
I'm a new man. Okay, back to covering
and you know,
the news.
When you're drunk and take a drink of water, you're immediately sober.
That was a quick recovery. Okay, there's a survivor in the center building.
Okay, got it. The van's outside.
See, look at this.
Let's go.
He's just all he's just so broken up about Pamela, and now he's perfectly fine. Like, he's so enthusiastic, this guy, throughout the rest of the game, from this point on, that it's absolutely insane.
It's a
See, this is interesting thing too, where you're not actually shooting the monsters. You're just kind of aiming at them and telling your character to shoot them. Okay, here's where I'm gonna try something, because I think the reporter can die here. Because you'll see these bugs here. I can show you once at least. I press A on that bug. She shoots it and it's dead. It's just a really odd mechanic. But let's see what happens if we let the bugs get to her. Overall, I will say the storyline in this game it's average. I mean, it could have been worse, but it kind of makes sense, sort of. It's interesting though to see what kind of happens in the end. I don't want to spoil all that. And you are playing it for the dialogue and the story and the humor. Definitely not this gameplay, if you can call it that. Okay, let's see. This should be interesting. Like,
Anne! Oh my God!
every time, same reaction to all the reporters dying. It's ridiculous. And look, like it didn't even show them attacking her. She just drops dead. It's absolutely bonkers. As he just stands there as the bugs just sit, like it's so bad. And then the stage ends, and it actually continues on a little bit longer if you let her live. I do want to play a bit longer because there's one scene I have to show off. After we reach this scene, I'll show one little bonus feature of this game, which is another feature that's pure insanity. That's probably one of the reasons why it never made it to U.S. shores. I do gotta say though, it's neat how if characters die, you just continue on with the story. But yeah, reporter, that was an accident. Yeah, just killed by small bugs. This video might go on a bit longer than expected, but there's one scene that it's not too much farther that I have to show off because it's absolutely hilarious.
Man, it sure is quiet. Maybe everybody evacuated already?
Oh! People! Mr. Briscoe? Thank goodness. I'm so glad you're okay.
Hey! It's Carly! Glad to see you.
Yells,
too.
hey, it's Carly, even though
Where
she's
is
standing right in
everybody?
front of him. Oh my god.
A few teams are still out covering the news.
And from now on, he's just
They
enthusiastic
told me
about
to get out of
everything.
the city, though.
When someone dies, he's just,
But
he's
I
like,
forgot
oh
something
my
back
god,
here
and
at
then
the
immediately
office.
after, it's
I
Carly!
came to pick it up
Like,
just
it's just,
now.
it's absolutely crazy.
I see.
Do you think
I
you
will
could wait
skip
for
through
me
a lot
for
of
minute?
this dialogue stuff because I do want to get to the part to show you guys. But she'll just walk off, and then, you know, I go back to explore. Oh, this is hilarious. I gotta show this off too.
The Zaka TV staff yearbook. Oh, look at this picture of you. You look weird. And this girl. Take a look. Hey, there's Pamela's picture. She's so beautiful. Pamela. Look, she's smiling, you know? She always looked her best when she was smiling. Pamela. Pamela. God damn it!
Like, it just comes out of nowhere.
I'll never forget you.
Like, you didn't even have a relationship with her. It's just like, I don't know, man. For that, you will get... Oh my god. Like, this game just is, it's hilarious. But this Briscoe, man, like, absolutely, like, one of the most craziest characters I've seen in a game in a long time. I don't know how you wouldn't make anyone laugh.
Thanks for waiting for me. Oh, wow. That's awful. Both Pamela and Anne were really dedicated to their work.
There's nobody here.
I'll just skip through all this stuff. I don't think anything really interesting happens here. But she kind of acts as your second reporter, since the first one died. Sometimes though you have to search for items and there'll be like really tiny items on the ground. So I got stuck at a few places because of that.
Maybe somebody's in the back room. No sign of anybody here either.
What a great tip.
I doubt there's anything of interest there. Hey!
Definitely the telephone.
Zaka TV, may I help you?
But it can definitely be a bit boring at times. You're just kind of that's why I swear it's one of those games you just got to grab a bunch of friends and just
You decided
play
to
through
go?
it, passing the
Thank
controller.
you, Mr. Briscoe.
But I'm warning you, it's dangerous out there.
That's that level done. Yeah, like some of the levels are very like non-eventful and very boring. So yeah, I know this isn't like a in-depth review. It's more like just a kind of like a small Let's Play video. I don't know. I've kind of said all there is to say about the game, really. It's very short too. I think if you like go the good path and make everyone survive or let everyone survive, it's like an 8-hour game.
Good evening, everybody. This is Carly Reese. Our news team received a telephone call. It seems an old man has been left behind at a nursing home. Here we are now at the Brody Nursing Home. Just about to begin searching the inside of the facility for the elderly gentleman.
Like the dialogue is like...
Is somebody there? Help! Please help
Help me!
Okay, yeah,
Over
the game's.
here.
I'm gonna almost stop. This part coming up.
Over
This is
there?
the hilarious part. Like I just laughed. Like it's just so weird, and well, Japanese here.
Justine! Carly? And Briscoe too?
Yeah,
Can you save
she's
me?
strapped to a pool table.
Justine, what on earth happened? Who did this to you? I don't know. I have no idea. I was at the office when somebody suddenly attacked me from behind and knocked me out. When I came to, I was here like this. Please, get me out of these things.
Look at these shackles. Who would do this? Whoever it was, he must be quite the sadist.
Just hang on. We'll get you free from there.
But how do these unlock?
Well, we'll just have to look around. There's got to be some way to do it.
Okay, this is where it gets weird. Oh, weird. They didn't do the camera angle thing.
Hey, cameraman. Do you like this kind of stuff?
Hey, excuse me?
Yeah. And I guess that goes towards some erotic points. I don't know. But if you stare at the wrong places too, they'll comment. And then one more thing. Do they talk about the fridge?
It looks like there aren't even enough balls to play 9-ball.
Yes, that's odd, isn't it? Let's go look for the missing balls.
And as he walks through the pool table. Oh boy. Damn, there's like a fridge dialogue that's really hilarious, but don't think you get it at this point. Oh god. But yeah, that's Michigan. Stay tuned for one last little section that's really like there's just a lot of weird perverted parts to this game, like this part and then the thing I'll show you after this. So viewer discretion advised for sure. But yeah, definitely an interesting, quirky game. I don't look for the European copy. Don't try to buy it unless you can find it cheap. I don't think it's really worth that. But if you can, play on a PS2 emulator on your PC, definitely have some friends over or go through it yourself and just prepare for a lot of laughs. Okay, I'm gonna probably let this following scene speak for itself. You unlock it when you beat the game. Basically, it's like, I don't know, I can't even really explain this. You'll just have to watch and see. I will say though, it starts off with Bristol. I think that's his name. I already don't remember his name. This guy rambling for like 3 minutes. I don't know what the hell he's talking about here. But basically, this is like this dance thing. It's very odd and random, but I'll let the footage speak for itself. It's just really bizarre, and definitely one of the reasons why I don't think this got the North American release. It's honestly, there's been a lot of controversy with Killer is Dead and that Gigolo mission, and this is kind of, it's not that similar to it, but it's kind of along the same lines, where, you know what, I think people are kind of making a big fuss over this kind of stuff, and it's really not that bad. There's much worse out there, and it's the same in this game, so I think, honestly, Grasshopper has always kind of been doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think I'll cut my voice out here in terms of my commentary on this game, so you can laugh at the ridiculousness of this bonus scene here. But yeah, Michigan Report from Hell. Check it out if you can. I wouldn't recommend paying the crazy amount of money. It's definitely a terrible game. I'm not gonna lie, this is a bad game, but it's one of the most it's like Deadly Premonition in a sense, where it's super enjoyable to play, to see the storyline and dialogue and voice acting unfold. Although I do prefer Deadly Premonition, don't get me wrong, like this game is way worse than that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Don't you wanna take my picture?
Kind of weird. Oh well, whatever. Okay, let's get this thing started. Okay, that's the end of the shoot. What do you think? Was it a pretty good shoot? Let's see. It doesn't look like you've quite got what it takes to be a cameraman just yet. All right, I guess it's time to pack up then.